Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Video Essay, a show with the dumbest name and the greatest concept. I'm your host, Intellogent, and in today's video, we look into PlantsVsZombies Garden Warfare. Garden Warfare is the first of its kind, a game made by PopCap Games in 2014, and follows our favorite little plant friends as they pick up arms to defeat the oncoming zombie threat. And with this being a pre-established world, genre, and story, every character is fully detailed and realized, and not just cause the devs were amazing, but since these characters were already loved. The game captured a really large audience and spawned a couple of sequels that I will take a look at in Season 1 of Video Essay. This game was a big part of me growing up. I originally played it on the PS3 and I had a little experience with the OG PvZ, playing it once or twice. Once I picked up the game, I was hooked. Since the game is almost a parody of the COD and Battlefield games, I fit right in with my expansive Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 grind. The game also has these wonderful attributes that take you for a ride and don't let you out until the end of the round. Each character really feels unique, and each class has a point to play them. Unlike Overwatch where you choose a character on if you like them or are good, in PvZ you choose a class for their playstyle. For example, you play Pea Shooter for that close range and big damage, or you swap to Cactus to snipe those across the map. And each of these characters are customizable, which keeps the game fun and new. You can give your new plants any outfit you want with any of the items you acquire through the sticker packs. You also get new abilities that spice up your character. The part that made this game successful was the character variants. Each hero has many different traits, including fire or electricity, and these can be unlocked through these character packs. These are like loot boxes, but instead of getting hot garbage, you get items like pot plants, outfits, and even character pieces. After getting a few of these pieces, these characters are unlocked. And just because I want to show you guys the best pack, and since I'm impatient, I went ahead and bought some coins. And oh my god, these coins are affordable. In all my years, I never thought I would see the day that microtransactions are actually good. And with these coins, I bought the hero packs. These cost only 40,000 and give you a new character. And boom, just like that, I have a new character to try out. And if you want to give these coins naturally, it doesn't take that long at all. Each match gives around 5,000 coins, a really good amount, only taking 8 matches. Now let's take a look into one of these variants. For the soldier here, we have the Centurion. He has a crossbow and shoots semi-automatic. Now with this new character, lots of things change. For one, he gets a new outfit, a shiny Roman fit with a helmet and all. A new weapon, semi-automatic, and with includes fire damage that ticks for 5, and even increased damage. And with this new weapon, the character feels like a sniper, and changes not only the playstyle, but the feel of the character as well. Not every character you collect will feel this different though. Some will just have a new elemental power like the Power Flower, who just has electricity on their attacks, and doesn't get a full rekitting. But every character you obtain does get a new look and playstyle. Power Flower will still want to attack enemies in groups, getting that arcing damage. And while you're taking out foes on the point, let's talk about game modes. There are 2 main modes that I would like to talk about: Gardens and Graveyards and Team Vanquish. GAG takes a while to complete, but grants larger sums of coins than TV. I don't really tend to play Team Vanquish. While the games are shorter, they seem to be less team focused and overall don't give that same feeling to them. Gardens and Graveyards is your typical capture the point until you get to the end of the match, when the last point is a special mode. It could be a push, a payload, or get into a mansion. Either way, this is usually where the plants have the chance to win, as they are at a huge disadvantage. It's not that the plant size is bad, or worse, it's that the zombies seem to have more opportunities to capture the point. Like a teleporter and walking zombies. The zombies will slowly capture the point, either by said walking zombies capturing the point when the plant is gone, or by killing all the plants on the point and just sweeping through them. Lots of abilities make the point a little chaotic, like the chili bean bomb, which can blow up an entire point, attract the zombie walkers, and then one-shot anyone near it. And the cactus drone airstrike. This makes the point a blast, and where all the action happens. The game really doesn't have a hub world. You load up and you pick your mode, or look at your characters and customize them. And one of the modes I didn't mention was Garden Ops, a solo mode or played with friends where you defend a point from AI zombies. I used to play this a lot. As a kid, I liked to grind AI fights to level up, and this was a perfect fit for it. The mode is kinda boring now though, and doesn't do the same for me as it did back then. And good luck finding a match. Actually, for that matter, the game is dead, and while you can still find matches, it's sad to see a game like this with few players. But I'm not sad. Unlike with other games, This game was loved, played, and enjoyed for years, and a game from 2014 to still have a player base is kind of insane, and shows how good this game was. The mode has 10 waves, and every 5 rounds gives a boss round with these slot machines. And if you can manage to make it through a perfect round, you get bonus wet money. At 10 rounds, you have another boss round, and once that's finished, you can escape. The mode only features plants, which already limits half the roster. After replaying the mode after a few years, it's still fun though, and I dare say it's still a challenge. I recommend trying this mode with a few friends. Customization seems to be a big thing for a lot of players. Personally, I don't always mind with the basic models for characters, but it is a big deal in this game, with tons of items that you can collect and select for your character. These items are of course obtained through sticker packs, and those items are easy and cheap, though they aren't really all that interesting. A hat here, a beard there. There are a few legendary items that might make a sound when you vanquish someone, but since a lot of my items weren't carried over from PS3 to PS4, I can't show you these items. I know, but I do have a clip of me dying to one. Most of the content in the game is well made, thought out, and executed perfectly. There really isn't anything that I dislike about their systems. Without the hub world, the game feels quick and seamless. Picking a match or buying packs doesn't have you running around for some random button. The prices are really cheap, and I don't even regret buying those coins. And everything in the game is obtainable in a reasonable amount of time. I really miss this game. I miss the YouTubers that would play it. I miss the friends, and I miss the good times. And coming up next, we take a deep dive into the look at the characters, modes, and gameplay.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Now normally I try not to get into too much detail, since I think it drags on the video, but since this video will most likely be a little short, I thought for the second half of this episode we could look into each character, since there is only multiplayer and no story, and on the plus side there's only 8 characters, so don't expect this much detail in later games, only on new heroes. Now let's introduce our contestants. First we have the pea shooter, your starter character and the little man on the thumbnail. You shoot big peas that do really good damage, including splash damage for those around walls and corners. You have the bean bomb, a tool for ad clearing and one-shotting anyone that is annoying you. It also attracts any zombies that are spawned in from the ground. You also have the Gatling ability, turning the young pea shooter into a turret of mass destruction on D-Day. This gives you a huge damage outcome, but you're also very acceptable to rockets from foot soldier. And lastly you have Hyper, an ability that allows you to jump onto roofs or rocks and much faster. Use this to obtain the high ground or obtain some kills. Pea shooter is the perfect first character and is balanced and well rounded, and might be one of my favorites and has some of the coolest variants. Chomper is the character with the closest attack distance, using only his big old chompers to eat zombies. Chomper has the ability to eat zombies. When positioned from behind, just press your trigger and you can eat them in one go. You'll have to digest before moving again, but that's a small price to pay for being able to one-shot anyone in the game. He has a goop that can be spit out, and when hitting an opponent with them will slow them down, and allow it for you to get behind and earn a quick kill. He can dig into the ground and one-shot anyone that he gets under, and it should be no surprise that this is the most broken ability in the game. And his last move is these traps, that when stepped on, grab the zombie by the feet, dealing a small amounts of damage. Overall, I think Chomper is the most broken character. While he can be dealt with, being able to one-shot any character in the game makes him insanely good. Next up is Sunflower, the healer of the group. She can shoot seeds from her mouth that deal really good damage, and even snipe those pesky soldiers across the map. She has the ability to heal others around her with a beam that can keep players alive. And since the Sunflower is a healer class, she can revive players faster than any other class. She also has a pot plant that can sit down for not only heal others, but can also heal herself, making this plant something you better take care of. And finally, she can sit down and create a sunbeam. This will kill players in seconds, but makes her vulnerable just like the pea shooter. Overall, the Sunflower is really balanced with high damage but low health, and good healing but low mobility, and no wonder why she is most people's first mains. And lastly, for the plant side, we have the Cactus. Cactus is really hard to get a view on if she is good or not. While she does really high damage with her Cactus Snipe, she also has no mobility and can die really easily. Her first ability is Walnut Wall, something that honestly I have only seen used well once, and it was an armored variant. She also has mines that can one-shot, but have a small radius. But the gold bar in the part pile is her drone, a whole new character. Fly in the air and rain down fire, and after a little bit of time you can send down a corn strike, dealing insane damage, and honestly is really good for taking down pea shooters. Overall, Cactus is my least favorite character. It's a fun character, but I really prefer the pea shooter. And on our other team we have the zombies. Starting with our favorite little foot soldier, the class is one of my favorites and is really well balanced. First is the Stink Cloud, a small grenade that will spew out over a small area, dealing damage to characters in the area. He has a rocket launcher that can be one-shot most enemies, if you can aim properly. And finally you have the Jump Pack, able to reach high places in order to kill enemies from both far and close, and gives Soldier the mobility that he needs to be super effective in assassinations. Oh, and you can trick shot. Next is Engineer, our Cactus counterpart. He has an ass crack, grenade launcher, and love handles. His first ability is a mine that disorients enemies and is super effective against chompers. Next is his jackhammer, giving more speed and ramming abilities. Oh, and another ability that destroys chompers, as you can't solo an engineer on his jackhammer. And finally the droids, with the same ability as the Cactus. And as an engineer you can build teleporters, and these droids that can defend it. Engineer feels pretty balanced, if not OP for chompers. Next up is the all-star big boy with the highest damage. He has a football launcher that has a cooldown wall. You can use his first ability to punt an imp that can one-shot anyone near it, and this ability is really fun and overpowered. Next is the shield wall, an ability which puts up a football dummy which allows you to stand behind it for cover, if barely. His final ability is his charge, going fast and knocking over players and dealing great damage. All-Star feels really fun to play, but for some reason I don't tend to play him that much. And finally the zombies team healer, the Scientist. Using his blaster to deal good damage from close and afar, he can throw these grenades that will explode when enemies that will walk near it and do great damage. He can throw down a healing station for his teammates and even teleport forward, but only forward and not far. Scientist is the only fun to play in variants, and not until later do we get a way to discreetly heal the team. Every character in Garden Warfare feels great, with every ability making sense and it fits well in the universe, and every character has a counterpart. It's crazy how well they took these characters from a simple mobile game to an open world shooter and just did it flawlessly. Pea Shooter counters Soldier, Soldier is countered by Cactus, Cactus is countered by All-Star, All-Star is countered by Chomper, and Chomper is countered by Engineer. And these variants are really awesome. Just look at them. They fill me with joy and nostalgia for some reason, and I just can't get over this game. It really doesn't have all that much, but somehow it has it all. There are a couple of variants that really don't change all that much, like the Golfer I got. Maybe more damage, more attack speed? I don't know, it's really not that clear. Actually, none of it's clear. I still don't know what the difference of these two scientists are. Now there are a couple of variants I want to touch on. Not that these are really good, but they are special. I think these were released when the game came out and were part of a promotion. We have the Berry Pea Shooter, a free variant which includes the Pea Shooter firing Berry Blast, although all these do is more splash damage. And the Plasma Pea, being able to charge your shots to deal insane damage with a massive explosion after. We have the Chester Chomper, who's part of a Cheeto promotion apparently. He came out with the Chesterweed, the drug of choice for a mascot, and Cheesy Goop, and I really don't know if this is better than the normal one. Sunflower has nothing, and Cactus got a Citrus Cactus, shooting in bursts of 3. And on the zombie sides we have Dr. Chester, who comes out with the Cheesy Warp, Cheetah Healing Station, and Sticky Cheetah Ball. I think I'll stop there. I don't think you need to know about modes. It's just Dominion or Capture the Flag, and all the matches are empty, so there really isn't a point. So I think by the end of this video, I'll just describe my feelings and thoughts in 200 words or less. PlantsVsZombies Garden Warfare is a game that gave me some of my favorite memories, friends, and skills. The game was colorful and fun, with so many little details from maps to just plain text. It was oozing flavor. And the characters were just amazing, with so much personality. And they're just plants. They are just simple plants. But when I look at them, I just want to play as each one. The way they made these models are just amazing. The game feels great, responsive, and clean. The modes are fun, if not suffering from a lack of player base. I really love this game, and I hope this episode was able to show some of that love. But with love, there's always something to dislike. The game is lacking content, no campaign or ultimate mode, just multiplayer. Even Garden Ops feels like just another game mode. And the game can feel bare, like some characters feel empty without their variants. There isn't anything past cosmetics, no upgrades, no progression. Without coins, the game is just bare bones and lifeless. But I don't think there's anything really bad about this game, just a lack of content. So with that, I give this game a 7.2 out of 10 or 72 out of 100. And that's PlantsVsZombies Garden Warfare. Leave a comment down below to be featured here, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I expect more videos next week, including a Halloween special. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay intelligent.